Okay, on to another turn in Manifest Destiny, and this is the 2-3 transfer turn. Orders were selected. Purple went first, taking their cards. They played Immigrants, which allows them to grab a city that's not in somebody else's home territory. Now, that card was going to trigger off Textiles Advance payout. There were no cities that they didn't own that produced textiles, so they chose to take Texas because that Tex and Tex is close. So, no, the oil and tourist looks like a good combination for possible payouts. They didn't have anything. They're also playing right. No, they're not playing that. I lied. They got to get that steamships before they can play for the airplanes, and they just didn't know if they're going to have the money for both. It's unlikely. Okay. Green, yeah, I'm hungry is one of the problems. Product recall is called on cows. Everybody lost $10 for every cattle they owned. For the most part, everybody lost 10 or 20 bucks. I don't think anybody dodged that bullet completely. But it's a high value card, so it gives them a good turn order position. Seemed worth playing because it didn't seem like they were going to get the big technology bonus easily, especially since they had the gold card they want to play in their hand. So they're already going for one commodity. Yellow played Franklin Roosevelt. That'll give them a bonus on Safety Net. Let's see who else. Blue played two kind of nice cards, both as technology. That gave them $140 in cash because they have 3 technology spaces. They could have tried to build their city in California or expand into Asia. They want the cash now. They can turn around what they make now and get more turns with profit off of it than trying to hold off. Same kind of decision making as in Age of Renaissance, really. And finally, Red used their patriotism ability to play Manifest Destiny. It gives everybody, because everybody's in the U.S. at this point in the game, a bonus on progressions, $10 on every one they buy, and it triggered off grain, which again was one of those. A lot of people got cash off of them. Red and someone else got the most at $20. All right, we go on to the investments. Okay, well, I just finished the investment phase. Let's look at what we got. Purple, I believe, picked up both steamships and tolerance this turn. I may be wrong. They also grabbed themselves a couple early shots and invested heavily in rock and roll. Green, pretty sure went with steamships. They built their city here using a token. Their hope is to get the airlines and move out. Actually, I think they may have had steamships. I'm not sure. They may have bought tolerance. I can't remember these things. But I know that they're planning based on their card. They have this gold card that they want to play. They want to get out into the gold Australia, Alaska. They may not make it there in time, but having a dual coast city is a bonus anyway. And they are heavily invested in Think Tank now. They bought a Pioneer as well. Let's see what else. Yellow bought Safety Net, which will give them money for being one of the lowest profit people. Now, they're the second to lowest, so they wouldn't get 20 bucks in the profit turn if they maintain that position. That's kind of a nice little bonus. Plus, it gives a lot of victory points. 3 victory points is cool. Nobody's gotten their second row complete yet. Somebody may have finished up a first row and I forgot to give them profit for it. Oh, crap. I always forget things. Blue. I think Blue expanded into tolerance to get more tokens. They have a very, very warlike plan in order to try to grab as many tourists as they can. If they can't do that, they'll throw the stock market crash in play. And what else? Red couldn't buy any cards. They had that Manifest Destiny card, give everybody else 10 bucks off the one purchase that they managed. Some people were thinking about taking 2 to get 20 bucks off, but they grabbed some tokens. They pulled themselves an extra card, but that's a pretty good one. Kennedy is pretty good in this, but they're really not making much advance now. They and Purple are combined over here on Rock and Roll pretty heavily, but they didn't get enough successes between them to collaborate on it. I guess we move on to the expansion. After a lot of struggling with different, especially in the Mexico area, Purple went for oil, then Yellow went for oil and spread down into the gold, and then Red came back and took some of their stuff back, a little bit of each. There was a lot of conflict going on. We see a few pieces taken away, but I think Red has the advantage right now. I think they have 3 tokens, and I don't think anybody else has that many. So for now, Red is going to get the card. I'm going to put it here to remind me, but maybe I'll see someone else has them. Okay, let's look at Purple because we had that happen before. Purple went up 1. And that's all they go up, but they also lost 1, so they stay even. Green got some gains here. They got 1 up here in Alaska. They didn't lose anything. That's the biggie. They got attacked a lot in New York. So I think they're up 1. Yellow regained Texas, that's 1. But they ended up netting down 2. Blue produced 1, 2. And finally Red, which got 1, 2, 3 expansions, 2 losses, and indeed they get the card. Okay, it's about where we are at the end of this. Victory point wise, let me make sure I got the last cities in the right place. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 5 cities. We'll clear these up. 5 cities to crap. Up that in the wrong one. Cranky move. I don't think anybody has that many. 1, 2, 3 for Yellow. Purple. Blue may have a couple. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Green has the most cities. Okay, well, onward to the next turn. Okay, so let's see where the card play got us. Yellow opened things up. They played Elvis Presley, giving him 2 levels in the Rock and Roll. That's all he does. What else would you expect? They also played the Oil Crisis, which in addition to their safety net, and I think there was some other factor in play at the end of the turn, they're making a lot of money even though they have really low profit. Okay, so the Oil Crisis paid out oil, which made them 2, 3, 4. That would be 90. Did they have another one? No. Made them $90. But they also took $10 from each player who had no oil whatsoever, which there were a couple, blue and maybe purple. No, purple has one. Blue and green, I believe. Okay. Red had one in Oklahoma, they no longer have. So they got a big swing in income there, especially on their own. Follow-up, Red. Red played the IRS against Green. Green's in the lead, slightly. So taking away $35 seemed like a good deal. They played Kennedy, who gives them bonuses on tolerance and and safety net, and gives them a level of urban renaissance. Got placed over there. And they also played a lawyer targeting Green, saying, "Hey, you got too many wood producing, too many timber areas." Well, they rolled too high for it to have an effect. But Green got pissed, and they accused Red of being communists. Red lost $40 in cash from that. They didn't think they were going to get oil. Everybody's been fighting over oil, and well, now the big card came out for it. So, but still, there may be other payouts out there. Okay, then to Blue. Blue played Congress. That's going to give them 2 free tokens above their maximum this turn. Put them here to remind me. What they didn't play was the Black Tuesday card. The penalties would be kind of cool against Green especially, but they really do want to see if they can trigger the tourism, and they figure Green took a hit with the IRS already. Hitting them some more may not be necessary. They can wait a turn. Okay, and finally Purple. Purple played a bunch of things. They played the Dust Ball, which took out New Mexico and Oklahoma. And they played the Wright brothers and Amelia Earhart. Now, suffrage was played in a prior turn, so they get $110 off of airplanes. Wow, that's a bonus. And anybody who cuts a deal with them can buy into that, which may be a bonus as well. I mean, it's a bonus for both people because they get some of the cash for it. It's a nice mechanism there. All right, well, we're ready to invest and take advantage of these cards. Now, one of the things Blue was looking at was Black Tuesday. All products are in surplus for the remainder of the turn. They played so low in the turn order, they didn't want to not have that effect. That was one of the things that was convincing them they should play it, but they didn't want to. So with Yellow having jumped to the lead after the investments phase, for example, cutting... Oh, crap. So I guess I kind of jumped through things in a silly way and did everybody's investment and expansion together. Shouldn't have done that, but I can't go back at this point. So going back to what I was saying, Yellow jumped to a lead in the investment phase, picking up Rock and Roll in conjunction with Red. It's a big 3 victory points. They also bought, I don't think they got a card, not sure. And let's see what else. Yeah, I got distracted. And I mean, I'm just playing. It's not like I'm trying to do anything else, but sometimes my brain doesn't work very well. Green bought mainly tokens. They didn't have many tokens they could buy. They had a desire, primarily because of the gold card, where they built down to grab gold. Ended up picking up the Depression card, which kind of excites them. They think they can use that to good effect. It's funny because I was going to say how much this felt very nice in terms of linking to the theme early in the game, but now I just don't feel like I have a good grasp of what a faction is anymore. Early in the game, it felt like colonies. Later, more like political currents and regional blocks. Now, I'm left with no idea. It's sort of this, you know, where alignments are is just unsettling. It becomes just these points. Okay, so on from green we went to blue, and blue didn't even get their damn turn. Great. Why did purple take their turn? Alright, I'm going to take blue's turn and try to come back. Okay, so I fixed that. Blue was going for tourists. They got New York very quickly. They attacked Texas many times. Whoever was here before purple, they would have lost it if they won, but that's where they would have gone. They lost all but one of their tokens there and used their last token in Montana. That meant they didn't get into Colorado either. They're not going to get maximum value on their tourists. Okay, so then we go on to purple, who already went, and essentially they were aiming for more oil. They had enough pieces to take all three of these, but after taking this, they were unable, after losing some pieces, they were unable to continue and get anything else. So they're stuck with just one. It's a double producer. They've got one down here. They'll probably end up playing the card next turn. All the cards are played. And we're on the adjustments and expansion. Who gets a card? Red has 2, green has 3. Green's 3 is looking good so far. Blue has 2. Looks like green's going to win the card with 3. And what do they get? Oh, the internet. That sounds good. Interesting card. And we get to handle the new income. All right, let's do them in this order, I guess. Yellow got kind of hosed. They're up 1, net down 2, and their turn seemed so good because of the stuff over here, getting them up to 22. But all right, red is next. Red gained 1, 2, lost 3. They're down 1. Green got 3, and they seem to have actually accomplished their goal. They're no longer in the lead. Up 3 makes it up 2. Nobody has computers, which gives a +10 yet, instead of the +5. Blue went up 1, 2, make it up 1, and purple went up 1, down 1. So that's where our money's gonna be. Anybody get anything cool? Rock and roll, we already did. Think tank, I don't think green drew a card. They get to actually draw 2 cards. So they drew the last card. They get these 2 choices. Do they want the depression or the internet? They're going to discard the internet. I think that's what happens. I think it gets discarded. I'll look up and see if it gets put at the bottom instead. And then they get the World War. And I'm not sure they want to play that. I think they'll take Civil Disobedience instead. I'll look to see if those cards get reshuffled in, or put on the bottom, or if they just get discarded. Alright, I paged through the rules for, 2 minutes. I can't find any indication beyond there's basically a duplication in the reference book of exactly what's stated here. A little bit more spelled out, but it doesn't tell you what you do with the cards. Can't find in the rules anything that has it. Maybe somewhere in the example of play, but that's only 2 turns, so I doubt it. It's only the first 2 turns of the game. I have found rules that are only present there, so yeah, the rule book's pretty bad. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to just discard them, because without any additional information, that seems the most reasonable. Pay out people's cash. What else happens here? We're going to see the motion pictures, the bonuses for that, and the bonuses for Safety Net. There's one thing that's really, really missing, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this little sheet of paper has it. Ah, yeah, it does. Okay. One of the nice things about Age of Renaissance is everybody's got this sheet of paper in front of them on their player mat. But whatever. Alright. So I'll just send this one up as is. Pay out the income. One major shift did take place. Green has just lost the most cities marker to blue. Blue's electricity finally paid off. They got they're at one more city now than green has. Between attacking and that, their attack into New York caused a switch. Plus, they built a city in Southern California. Okay, so that means they get 2 victory points, and green drops 2. And the landscape's looking very different. It's yellow and red that are in the lead now with that swing. So, all right, up you go.